Good morning, ladies. Welcome back to my channel. So today I am 12 DPO and we're back again for another pregnancy test. I have another Pregmate that I'm going to take today. Same thing as the past few days. I haven't got my full AF yet. I started spotting really early this cycle. I've actually been spotting for the past 4 days and my period is not due for another 2 days. So 12 DPO, and you can see here the two circled squares. The one that's kind of highlighted white is when the Fertility Friend app recommends that I take a pregnancy test, and the one next to it is my expected period date, which would be Monday. And today's Friday, and like I said, I've just been like very lightly spotting. Yesterday was a little bit more red than the past few days, but then today it kind of went back to brown and it's just very light, almost non-existent. So that's kind of weird, but I feel like as I get older, my cycles are definitely changing, and my temperature is still the same. The past 3 days it's been 98.8. I don't know if this means anything, but that little dip right there was the day that I started spotting. So I don't know what that's about, but it did rise back up to 98.8 and it has pretty much stayed there. 12 DPO and period is expected in 3 days. But I did start spotting 4 days ago, which has been very annoying to deal with. And I've had on and off cramps for the first 2 days. I didn't really have very many cramps. Yesterday I had a lot of cramps on my left side specifically. This morning I have cramps more on the right side, and it's more of like a dull ache around the cervix area. So that's the best way I can explain that. But I'm going to take the Pregmate test right now with first morning urine. I did wake up around 2 in the morning today. And I used the bathroom, but it is about 8:20 right now, so it should be concentrated enough. So we're gonna soak that and wait a couple minutes. It is going through right now. Let's let it sit for a couple minutes and see what it says. All right, it's been 4 minutes since I've dipped the test, and I'm going to show it to you guys first and take a look at it through the screen with you, and then I will take a closer look myself. But from the looks of it right now, I'm not seeing anything again. Try to focus it more. Looks like it has some pink streaking still. Might need a little bit more time to develop, but these tests say to check it after 5 minutes. Let me take a closer look. I don't see anything. I'm sure you guys can't see anything. Can't really see anything. I feel like if I tilt it a certain way, I can always see the shadow line of where the line is supposed to be, but it doesn't have the pinkish purple color to it. So yeah, I'm gonna call this one a negative for 12 DPO. We'll just keep waiting and seeing. Either the spotting is just gonna continue to get heavier and it's gonna end up in AF, but or it will stop completely and maybe this is implantation. Although this many days of spotting wouldn't be a good sign for implantation. I am also at risk for ectopic, but I'm not really worried about that because I don't have any positive pregnancy tests. Now, if I was getting positive or faint positives, I would be kind of worried about the light cramping and the spotting for all these days in a row, because my last time I got pregnant 2 years ago, I spotted for about 2 weeks before I did take a test. When I realized I never got my period, I spotted for 2 weeks, and then after that I took the pregnancy test and it came out a blazing positive, and that ended up in the miscarriage. I never found out if that was an ectopic pregnancy or if it was a regular pregnancy in the uterus, but I do remember I had left side cramping with that the short time that I was pregnant back then, but it ended up in a miscarriage. My body did it naturally. I didn't have to take any shots or any pills to encourage that. It all happened on its own. So I don't know. I'm gonna keep testing. Tomorrow will be 13 DPO. Yeah, there's no clear definite line. So I'll be back tomorrow for 13 DPO unless my full AF shows. I still have 2 days until it's supposed to show, but at this point we don't really know when it's going to show up for sure. We'll just see what happens. I'll be back tomorrow. What's tomorrow? Saturday and Sunday, and Monday is the day it's supposed to officially show. If I am late after Monday, there has to be something going on at this point, but we'll see what happens. We'll continue with these at-home tests. I have a bunch of these left, so I don't really want to go out and buy first response or anything. These are supposed to detect 25 of the levels of HCG, so I feel like that's pretty sensitive enough. I know first response is a little more sensitive, but I'm just going to keep continuing to take these tests instead of wasting money. Eventually, if I were to be pregnant or implanting, this test should tell me that in the next few days. But let's keep our fingers crossed that I do not get my full AF yet. Maybe something is in the works. We never know. So let's just see what happens. I'll see you guys again tomorrow for 13 DPO. Depending on what does happen. If I end up getting my AF at some point before tomorrow, you will not see another video. But if I am still spotting and my temperatures are still up there, then I'll be back for 13 DPO. All right, see you guys then.